Did you hear what Trump said today about vaccine and how that came out? Did you hear the comments about?
No.
So Trump made comments. A Newsweek story. I think that's the one right there. Yeah. So he says Donald Trump supporters turned on him over vaccine defense sold out so hard. So go up a little bit, go up a little bit, go up a little bit. Where he says. During a recent appearance on a conservative podcast, Water Cooler, Trump praised his administration for Operation Warp Speed rollout of the vaccine and for helping save tens of millions of lives. Trump refused to get drawn when host David Brody pushed the suggestion that the vaccines were not as safe or effective as medical experts said. So you have to understand there are pros and cons. Some reports say that it's the greatest thing that's ever happened.
He's not a vaccinologist.
He's not. And we saved tens of millions of lives. Then you'll read other reports that say there were some problems with the vaccine, but relatively small numbers, Trump said.
Yeah, well, when you think of the overall number, yeah, of course.
So, but here's a question, though. Here's a question. But, you have many reports that the vaccine saved tens of millions of lives. Trump added without the vaccines, you would have had a thing where perhaps 100 million people would have died. Okay.
That's a Trumpism.
Before I give you my thoughts on this, do you guys have any thoughts? Because I got some thoughts on this. What do you think?
On just his.
What he said? Yeah.
So nothing surprises me about Trump. He's a guy who'll say nobody loves the Bible more than me. He just says these things. Nobody loves Muslims more than I do. So he has this tendency to exaggerate. But I mean, it's unbelievable. The guy's unbelievable.
It's in his nature, right?
But
it's
for
like
me,
your son, your 10-year-old son.
I can't stop. He's my 10. I can't stop watching him.
Yeah.
He's either my drunk uncle or my 10-year-old son. I can't stop watching him because he cracks me up with that, because he's just got the gall to do that, and I think he's aware of that. But for me, I think a lot of the stuff, like I just listened to Brett Weinstein, evolutionary biologist on Rogan. I'm not an immunologist.
Sick, by the way.
Yeah. I'm not an immunologist, vaccinologist. I don't know anything. But when you hear people who are not only biologists talking to top tier scientists in that space, and they're casting doubts, but I always say that we didn't know a lot at the time. A lot of mistakes were made. There was desperation. There was panic. I was always against the blanket shutdowns. It made no sense to me. I always had a problem with the idea that masks were it just didn't make sense. I was flying too much, and you take them off, then you put them on.
Yeah.
I just didn't buy it. So I'm very weary of all that government bureaucracy. That's my thought.
You know what? You got thoughts on this before I give you mine?
Go for it.
Let me tell you what I think he's doing. Okay. So do you guys remember when he first said warp speed, vaccine's going to be ready in 9 months?
Of course.
Do you remember what Biden, Kamala Harris, and everybody on the left said?
I wouldn't put that on my body.
I wouldn't take. Okay.
Yes.
So let me tell you what he's doing. People think this guy is like a lightweight, just emotional, all this other stuff. He is making the left. Okay. Imagine if it gets to a point where the left now starts saying we have to investigate the credibility of vaccine, whether it was the right move to do or not, and it was all Trump's fault, okay? I don't know if you understand where I'm going with this. So he may be cornering them to have to come out and say, well, some of the studies shows maybe this is not good for you, and heart attack and all this other stuff.
He's a political animal.
He's good. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
he's a gangster.
This guy is just maybe toying with them to get CNN to respond, to get that clip and say, boom, motive. I'm going to run with that for the next 6 to 12 months and tell you, you just messed up. Okay. Wow. What you said was the best thing I came up with. So either accept the fact that it was done in 9 months because of me, or realize that it's not good for everybody and it's on you. So what do you want to do here?
It's
Pick
a
and
win
choose.
for him.
So it's a double-edged sword game he's playing with everybody.
Yeah.
And again, I'm thinking that's the strategy he's making.
What you're saying
he's
is
good.
crazy, but crazy like a fox.
Yeah, he's very good at knowing what people respond to. I probably told the story, but I remember that my buddy said, I knew he was going to win when they were talking about Romney. And they go, now, do you think that Romney, do you think the fact that Romney is so rich is a liability for him politically? And Trump goes, he's not rich. I'm rich. You're not going to win that. You ain't winning that. And then the best was when Bloomberg was running.
Too short.
And Bloomberg is this big. Now, I don't know if you saw what he did. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen. It was amazing. You know that Bloomberg never said, he goes, the problem is I like Mike, but he wants a stool now to debate. And that's what he's saying. He goes, he wants a stool. I said, be sure. Why do you need a stool? You want to be eye level with me? If you got a stool, I get a stool. You know he didn't ask for a stool. I was like, bro, I'm voting for you. I don't even like you. I'm voting for you on that. I can't deny you on that.
That'd be amazing if Bloomberg
That's
didn't even
genius.
ask for the stool.
Dude,
and he's
he
like,
did it.
look, I hear he wants a.
By the way,
people are saying he wants a stool.
By the way, the rumor has it that he never asked for it.
That's so
No, that's what I'm saying.
He
No,
didn't. That was Trump, dude. That's a New York thing. That's a New York
ball
thing.
buster.
That's when you play touch football with your friends. You should have seen when I would play. I had no business being on the field. They were all way better. We'd be playing touch football with the other teams, the insults, the New York insults, where the guy would be like, do something, and my buddy Jimmy would be like, she's all mad at me now because the guy goes, what? He goes, she's mad at me because I was bumping her, ref. I mean, it's ridiculous. The guy goes, stop calling me she. He goes, now her tits are getting all twisted up. And they kill each other.
Double down.
Go, dude, get your highlights are coming out. They're just, you're always doing
ball
that.
busting.
He comes from that, but he's a master at it, dude.
Oh, my God.
He'll find out where you're weak. Some people, that's the thing, you've grown up a certain way, you know immediately what somebody's ashamed of, what somebody's proud of.
Yeah.
That dude can find out. He can find where you have a window open in your house,
anybody else.
and he'll climb into that window.
By the way,
That's a great
you know
point.
who else has that? Jake Paul has that as well.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Jake Paul has that as well. It's a very unique gift. Not everybody has that.
Well, Donald Trump.
By the way, Conor, I'm willing to say,
Conor's on the bet. What do you
he's
mean?
not at Jake's level.
Really?
You mean boxing wise or?
No. Conor is a better
Trolling wise.
No, trolling wise, he's not at Jake's level. Conor is an entertainer shit talker.
Yeah.
Like you can listen to the way he was talking shit to Mayweather because he was entertaining.
Of course.
But Jake Paul talks shit and gets under your skin. It's a very different skill set. Jake's more Trump. Conor is more, Conor is more some of the smell, like Michael Jordan's way of talking shit. He got under your skin.
100%.
He
Little
played
things.
mental games with
Yeah.
you. He did all. Gary Payton was also on a similar level. Some of these guys.
Muhammad Ali.
When you hear
did that.
stories, Ali.
He did that to Sonny Liston, Sonny Liston was the most feared fighter in the world. Sonny Liston everybody was terrified of him. Nobody hit harder than Sonny Liston. And Ali knew that Sonny had been in jail. And David Remnick wrote this book about this great book. And Ali knew that the one thing that Sonny was afraid of was crazy. So Ali literally behaved in a crazy way. He rented a bus, had a megaphone, and in the middle of the night was Sonny's sleeping with his wife, and he hears, you got nothing on me. And he comes out like in his window, what the fuck is going on? The guy's fucking literally at the weigh-in, Sonny was trying to get away from him because he was afraid Ali was going to bite him. So I don't want that guy to bite me. I think he's going to bite me. He might be crazy. So by the time he got in the ring, he goes, this guy's out of his fucking mind. This young kid is out of his mind. Like he's not stable. And then he didn't.
But by the way, I'm convinced, and I know, everybody is. There's a lot of people that have that maybe voted for Trump, that they've been persuaded to count him out. A lot of people have counted him out. This is not about you like him, you want him. This is not about that. This is about understanding and respecting the opponent, right? The possibility of what this guy could do. I'm convinced they are doing whatever they can for this guy not to run because they know there's only one person that knows how to get under everybody's skin on the right, and it's only him. It's not DeSantis. They know DeSantis is a safe CEO. That's who he is. He's a CEO that'll get the job done. He's a CEO that'll come, and he worked his way up from Congress to governor to president, so he knows that you have to go figure out a way to broker deals and all that other stuff. At least he knows our world. It's going to be a little bit easier to deal with a DeSantis than it's going to be to deal with who? Trump's never gone to Congress. DeSantis was in the military. Military, there's a lot of politics. Congress, there's a lot of politics. Governor, there's a lot of politics. And in presidents, there's going to be a lot of politics. Both sides, politicians, the career politicians, both sides, 99% of everybody from both sides wants, if there's a Republican, they want DeSantis.
Of course.
They don't want Trump.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.